As a minimalist, I keep my digital space fairly organized, but time has proven that there are 5 apps that I use regularly and I get huge value out of. So I thought it will be a great video to share these 5 apps with you. I do not follow the newest and fanciest apps out there, but what I have is proven and it definitely works for me. Buddy is an app I use to create a budget for my spending. At the end of the month, I see exactly what is left and where my money went to. Budgeting definitely has saved me hundreds of bucks, and I started using Buddy in 2020. There I checked out several apps for budgeting and Buddy was the one that worked for me. The app has added a few features over the past years, but I basically stuck to the basics. And I do use the premium version for about 15 bucks a year to basically support the developers. There are 2 apps, well, they're not really apps, they are 2 extensions for your Safari browser. Similar as on desktop, you can also install extensions on your phone. Recently I have uninstalled Instagram and YouTube from my phone, and I use these services through the web browser Safari. Here I have 2 extensions installed, Social Focus and Untrap. These 2 extensions help me to minimize distractions on these 2 pages. For example, YouTube doesn't have a home feed anymore, it has no shorts, and my subscriptions are basically just titles without thumbnails. This just keeps my screen time fairly low and I stop binging on YouTube. For Instagram, there are no shorts displayed anymore, no sponsored posts, and no algorithmic feed. With these 2 extensions and moving away these apps from my phone and accessing them through the browser, I have minimized my screen time even further. Additionally, to control my screen time, I have installed an app blocker called Burnout Buddy. Here I basically use a time restriction feature to block certain websites and apps during a certain time. Yes, I could do definitely the same thing in screen time that's built into iOS, but the difference is with screen time I basically can easily adjust it, but with Burnout Buddy they have a hard restriction mode that makes it very tiring to unlock the features again. Now you probably have heard about the app called Notion, and there are YouTubers going crazy about it and organize their whole life within it. I'm not one of them. I'm tending to move away from Notion for more and more things, but more on that later. Basically for now, I use Notion to create my YouTube scripts, organize them in a Kanban board and in a calendar view. The interface is very easy, sleek and customizable. At the time you're watching this video, my brother-in-law is here in Switzerland and I have used Notion to organize the trip. I basically put it in a board where there's certain trip ideas, events and things like that. There are tags assigned and also dates responsible to the events. But for everything else, I start to move away from Notion, and there's one reason for it. The iOS app just feels like a portation from the Mac app. It's not that user-friendly on the phone. And here I tend to move more and more to the Apple Notes and Reminders app, as they just work so seamless and they're really optimized for your phone. In the world of AI, it's no surprise that an AI app also made it to my phone. I do use ChatGPT for a lot of brainstorming for my YouTube videos, and it's also fairly interesting to ask it some questions from time to time rather than using Google. I do use the phone app here because I like the speak functionality and the answers from its voice assistant. Other than that, you could perfectly go away with just using the website as well. Now let me know what are some apps I should check out that would benefit me. Leave it down in the comments, and with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week and have a great one.